To discuss this with more, North Carolina Congressman Mark Harris. Good morning to you, Congressman. Thanks for taking the time. I know, the nation watched this dignified transfer at Dover Air Force Base for all those 4 fallen soldiers, including Sergeant Michael Swinton of Fayetteville, North Carolina. What was your reaction when you learned that one of your own North Carolinians had been killed?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me this morning. There's no question that all of America mourns for these fallen soldiers, and they were doing what they were trained to do. They were doing what they had given their life and to really do. And when you stop and think about it, they paid the ultimate sacrifice to once again make sure that this war remains off the shores of the United States and remains over there. And they're defending our freedom, and we're very grateful for them, for their families. I can't imagine the hurt that those families are feeling this morning, and all of America continues to pray for them. And what a special moment that was yesterday with the president and others that were there for that dignified transfer. That's always a moment in time where all of us just need to stop and catch our breath and realize that freedom is not free. There is a price that's being paid.
Yeah, it was something that I attended a couple of times when I worked with Vice President Pence. It's something that you never forget. So shifting gears slightly now, Congressman, Wednesday the House passing a more than $1 trillion defense spending bill in a very close 216 to 212 vote. Now, of course, Democrats overwhelmingly vote against the measure. It's going to need some Democrats, though, if it's going to get across the Senate. Of course, last week, Democrats in the upper chamber blocked their version of the bill. I mean, you would think at a time of war, you can oppose the war, but you stand with our troops. I really just don't understand why they don't get that these days.
Well, Mark, listen, I think that's a question that all of America needs to be asking, is why in the world that they would really step in to try to make a political statement when we're talking about our troops. We're talking about protecting them. We're talking about giving them what they need. I mean, listen, this is a well overdue need when you look at the NDAA that includes a raise for our troops, something that their families need while they're out there on the battlefield fighting. And listen, this is something that I pray that the Democrats will open their eyes and recognize that this is not a time for a political statement. This is a time for us to pull together and unite as Americans and get the job done that we're trying to get done. So this is something that really needs bipartisan support, should have bipartisan support. I'm grateful for the few that did cross over and stood with us to get it across the finish line. But listen, it's something that the Senate, again, with a number of issues, needs to quit playing politics and do what the American people are asking them to do.
Yeah, it's a 5 to 7% raise for our troops, and I can't imagine voting against that. I do want to shift gears. The House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan joined us here in studio last week and gave us the latest involving former special counsel Jack Smith. Take a listen to this.
He told us under oath that's all he did. And now it looks like he may have misled us because he said under oath that, oh, I didn't get any contents of any communications. Well, it turns out they did. They got 44 members and some Democrats in there. I think there were 3 Democrats, but senators, members of Congress, text messages from 44 of them, which certainly violates the speech and, or debate clause in the United States Constitution and separation of powers. And so, yeah, we're looking at, do we now need to do a criminal referral for Jack Smith to Todd Blanche and the Justice Department, and our staff is looking at that as we speak.
Yep, and now Smith is facing that exact Department of Justice criminal referral for allegedly making those false statements under oath. I know you sit on the House Judiciary Committee. Can you share with us the latest on this? What do you expect to come from it?
Well, as you've heard, it's important that the Justice Department is now has received this referral for this criminal investigation. And listen, Jack Smith should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Follow the evidence, and it's clear and becoming more and more clear that he did mislead, that he did just lie under oath. And as that evidence is being presented, then he needs to be dealt with. Listen, the American people, they want to have confidence in their government, and they certainly should have confidence when it comes to law enforcement in this way. And they did far more than just investigate President Trump. They unleashed an incredible operation that went so far, just touching so many people, and it's just uncalled for, and they need to be held to account. And that's what I'm believing is going to happen here. I'm hopeful it's going to happen here, and it's going to be important, again, just to follow the evidence, because no one is above the law. all.
Yeah, and for all the people on my social media feed that want to see something done, well, they did it. They referred it to DOJ. It's now going to the prosecutors. Congressman Mark Harris, thanks for joining us this morning.